everybody, and welcome back to the InvestTalk YouTube Market Wrap-Up. My name is Lou Guerrero, and it is Friday, February 14th, 2025. Overall, U.S. stocks were narrowly mixed in what was a very quiet day of trading on Friday. The S&P 500 and NASDAQ capped off weekly gains for the first time in 3 weeks, with outperformers including energy, legacy autos, industrial metals, banks, and credit cards. Underperformers included HPC, softwares, hotels, apparel, retail, and managed care. Treasury's a bit firmer, though off of best levels, yields continuing yesterday's pullback. Dollar index down 0.5% and set for the fourth weekly decline in the last 5 weeks. Gold finished down as well, down 1.5%. Crude oil down as well, down 80 basis points, capping off a pretty small weekly decline. Not much new around the key narratives front today, but weekly gains tabbed to optimistic takeaways around a lot of moving pieces. Thursday, Trump outlined his plans for reciprocal tariffs, though the biggest focus is on the delayed implementation, but also offers for impacted countries to negotiate, just like India's Modi announced he would do today. Analysts noted firmer categories in January CPI and PPI reports may have some muted impacts as it comes to PCE, the Fed's preferred measure. Also, positive December revisions seem to be helping the market digest those weaker January retail sales that we'll talk about in a second. Rate cut expectations pushed out to the second half of the year, but Powell's congressional testimony this week didn't really spook markets that much. A rate reprieve, Ukraine, that is, ceasefire hopes, some progress on GOP legislative priorities, some upbeat earnings takeaways, retail dip buying, among the other bullish narratives for this week. On the macro front, headline January retail sales down 90 basis points month over month, far outstripping the consensus of 5 basis points, though December was revised higher. Auto sales as well, weak as expected. Elsewhere, January industrial production ahead of consensus, though a step down from December's upwardly revised results. January import price growth was lighter than forecast, but export prices were higher than expected. On the Fed language front, Dallas Fed's Logan said even if inflation data continues to improve, the Fed should still be cautious and wouldn't necessarily cut further. Trump said he would unveil new tariffs on autos around the 2nd of April, rounding out the big news on the government side. More moderate calendar next week with the U.S. markets closed on Monday. Housing data, retail, Fed manufacturing indices, and the release of January's FOMC minutes on the schedule for next week. See you back next week. Enjoy the long weekend. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn notifications on.